The lights dim and silence sweeps through the grand hall. A boy named Eli, 15, barefoot and fragile, steps into the center of the stage. His shirt is faded, his hands trembling as they clutch the microphone. The cameras zoom in, the crowd watches curiously, no one expects much. The judges exchange skeptical glances, waiting for another nervous voice to crumble under pressure. But as the soft piano begins, something inside Eli ignites. His voice trembles on the first note, but quickly grows, deep and hauntingly beautiful. Every word carries the weight of his life, nights without power, hunger shared with a smile, the sound of his mother's lullabies fading through illness. His song feels like a confession, a prayer, a memory wrapped in sound. The audience leans closer, caught in the invisible pull of sincerity. The final note stretches into the silence, pure, sacred. When it ends, no one moves. Then, slowly, tears fall. The toughest judge wipes his eyes, speechless. The others stand in quiet awe. Eli lowers his head, whispers into the mic, "That was for my mom, she can finally rest now." The room breaks into thunderous applause, but Eli doesn't smile, his heart is elsewhere, where his mother can finally hear him sing. Backstage, cameras flash, voices shout, but Eli sits alone, holding a crumpled photograph of his mother smiling weakly beside an old guitar. A producer kneels beside him, asking gently, "She's gone, isn't she?" Eli nods, tears sliding silently down his cheeks. "She always sang to make people smile," he murmurs. "Before she died, she told me, sing not for fame, but for healing." The memory of her voice drifts through his mind, soft as wind through leaves. Flashbacks flood, his mother humming while washing dishes, coughing between lyrics, smiling even when her breath failed. He had promised her he'd keep singing. When the judges call him back, the stern one's voice cracks, "You didn't just sing, you reminded us why we listen." Another whispers, "You brought something no one can fake, truth." Eli bows his head, voice trembling, "I just wanted her dream to live." The audience rises again, chanting his name, and as lights bathe him in gold, Eli whispers upward, "Did you hear me, Mom?" And somewhere in the unseen silence, a faint warmth answers, "Yes." Weeks pass. The world can't stop watching Eli's audition. Millions replay his song, crying, sharing, calling him the boy who made judges cry. Fame knocks hard, talk shows, sponsorships, labels, but something feels wrong. Eli feels emptier than ever. Cameras love him, but his heart aches for something real. He walks through his old neighborhood, past cracked pavements and kids chasing old footballs. They stare at him now, half in awe, half disbelief. "You made it," one whispers. Eli smiles softly. "Not yet." He pushes open the creaking door of his mother's old community center. Dust dances in the air, and the same broken piano stands in the corner. Eli sits, presses a key, and hums the same tune from his audition. Slowly, the sound draws others, children, neighbors, even passers-by stop, listening. Then, one by one, they join him, singing, humming, laughing through tears. Eli smiles through trembling lips. "This," he says, "is what she meant by healing." An old man records it quietly and uploads it. Within hours, the clip spreads again, not because of fame or perfection, but because of kindness, raw and shared. Eli didn't return to his roots, he never left them. The boy who once sang alone now sings for everyone who ever needed to be heard. Months later, Eli returns to the stage, this time wearing his mother's old scarf wrapped neatly around his neck. The crowd screams his name, but he walks calmly, humbly. The judges stand, waiting for another miracle. But when the curtain lifts, Eli is not alone. 10 children from his neighborhood stand beside him, barefoot, shy, and holding small mementos of their dreams, a paintbrush, a worn notebook, a toy stethoscope. Eli smiles, "Tonight, we sing together." The music begins, gentle, growing, filling the hall like sunrise breaking through clouds. Their voices blend, imperfect yet beautiful, carrying innocence and truth. The audience sobs openly, hands over hearts. The toughest judge lowers his head, overwhelmed. When the final chorus ends, Eli steps forward and says softly, "We all come from somewhere small. But kindness, it makes us infinite." For a heartbeat, silence reigns. Then, the judge presses the golden buzzer. Confetti rains down, and Eli drops to his knees, hands trembling, tears streaming. "This," he whispers, "is for everyone who was told they weren't enough." The children surround him, hugging him tightly, saying, "You made us believe again." Under falling gold and roaring applause, the boy who once sang for his mother now sings for the world. Time passes. Eli stands on the same stage, but this time, the lights glow softer, warmer. He's no longer the poor boy seeking a chance, he's a man carrying a legacy. The announcer calls him, not as a contestant, but as a guest performer, an inspiration. The crowd rises, cheering, but Eli lifts a hand, signaling silence. "When you sing from pain," he says gently, "people listen. But when you sing from love, they heal." He begins to sing again, not loudly, but with quiet power. The song tells of a mother's promise, a boy's journey, and the miracle of kindness that changed lives. The judges, now older, stand as tears fill their eyes. The same harsh judge bows his head. "You changed us," he whispers. Eli steps forward, places a white flower on the judge's table, and says softly, "For all the mothers who believed before anyone else did." Behind him, the screen lights up, showing his mother's name in gold. The entire audience gasps. Some weep openly, others clasp their hands in prayer. And as Eli finishes, eyes closed, the crowd kneels in respect. He smiles faintly. It was never about fame or victory, it was about love, healing, and the music that brought hearts back to life.